Have you played a video game before? Actually, don't even answer that. I know you have. You most likely wouldn't have clicked on the video otherwise. Today I'm going to go through all 9 console generations, starting all the way back in 1972, and I'm going to talk about the best-selling games from every console. Generation 1, 1972 to 1980. The first generation of consoles didn't have ginormous catalogs like they do today. There's not as much data as there are for later generations either, so bear with me here. For the Magnavox Odyssey, I can't find anything explicitly stating concrete facts about game sales, so here's just a couple of more popular games from the Odyssey. Table tennis. It's Pong before Pong. Unlike Pong, the ball doesn't speed up as the game goes on. Here's Ski. You play as this dot and move back and forth down a mountain. And finally, Cat and Mouse, a chase game where you have to make it home before the cat catches you. We're off to a great start with no data. The Home Pong series, there weren't any games, except for the one that was built into it. TV Tennis Electro Tennis. Same goes for this one, only one game. Tennis. Coleco Telstar. Guess what? Same thing. It had hockey, handball, and tennis. All Pong-like games. Color TV Game. Again, the game was built into the console. However, the game was dependent on which console you bought. Color TV Game 6 was basically Pong, which sold 1 million. Color TV Game 15 also sold 1 million copies. There was this console that obviously had a racing game. Generation 2, 1976 to 1992. The Atari 2600. The best-selling game on the Atari 2600 was the 1982 Pac-Man port. It sold roughly 8.1 million copies. Though it was notoriously a bad game, the name recognition caused the insane amount of sales. That, and it was paired with the console, probably had something to do with it. Behind it is Space Invaders, another port in second place. Released in 1980, this sold 6.2 million copies. In third is a third port, releasing in 1982, Donkey Kong, selling 4.1 million. Magnavox Odyssey 2. Just like the Odyssey, it is proving difficult to find any data about the best-selling games. So instead, here's a couple of games from the Odyssey 2. KC Munchkin, it's a very Pac-Man-esque game. Attack on the Time Lord, which is kinda like a faster version of Space Invaders. And another is Quest for the Rings, the first master strategy game where players would assume roles over characters and traverse their way through labyrinths and dungeons trying to collect 10 magical keys. ColecoVision. Donkey Kong is the best-selling ColecoVision game, but just like Pac-Man for the Atari, it was sold with the console. While there's no official list of the best-selling games, a few possible contenders are Donkey Kong Jr., Zaxxon, and Ladybug. Intellivision. The best-selling game for the Intellivision was Las Vegas Poker and Blackjack, with 1.9 million sales. In second place is Major League Baseball, with 1 million sales. Generation 3, 1983 to 2003. The NES, the king of consoles, an icon of pop culture. The Nintendo Entertainment System. The best-selling game is Super Mario Bros. With 40 million copies sold. However, this was bundled with the NES. So let's look at second and third. Duck Hunt with 28 million, and Super Mario Bros. 3 with 18 million. Those were also bundled with it. Okay, the 3 best-selling games not bundled with the system. Tetris with 8 million copies, Super Mario Bros. 2 with 7.4 million, and The Legend of Zelda with 6.5 million. The Sega Master System. With these less popular systems, it's hard to find the correct information. I found a sketchy list that may or may not be correct, so go ahead and let me have it in the comments if I'm wrong. This list has Sonic the Hedgehog at number 1, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker in second, and Xenon 2 Mega Blast in third. If I'm wrong, I don't care. Atari 7800. The best-selling games for the Atari 7800 were honestly 2600 games because of its backwards compatibility. To list a few, Asteroids, Centipede, Dig Dug, Donkey Kong Jr., Joust, Mario Bros., and Miss Pac-Man. Generation 4, 1987 to 2004. The Sega Genesis. The best-selling game for the Genesis was Sonic the Hedgehog with 15 million, but this was paired with the console. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is second with 7.5 million, and Disney's Aladdin with 4 million is third. Super Nintendo Entertainment System. The best-selling SNES game is Super Mario World, with 20.6 million sales, but of course this was paired with the console. In fact, the next 7 best-selling games were paired with the console at one point or another. Super Mario All-Stars, Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario Kart, Street Fighter II The World Warrior, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, are those next 7 games. Ranked at 9 is Street Fighter II Turbo, the first game on the list that wasn't paired with the console. It sold 4.1 million. Next in 10th is Star Fox. Oh wait, it was paired with the console. Okay, moving on. Sega CD. Sonic CD was the best-selling game, with 1.5 million copies. Other than that, there's really not a list. But two other popular CD games were Dark Wizard and Earthworm Jim. Generation 5, 1993 to 2006. PlayStation. The video game giant PlayStation now enters the game with an impressive top 3. Gran Turismo is first with 10.8 million. Final Fantasy VII is second with 10 million. And because the first one worked so well, Gran Turismo 2 is in third with 9.3 million. The Nintendo 64. The three best-selling games are Super Mario 64 with 11.9 million, Mario Kart 64 with 9.9 million, and GoldenEye 007 with 8 million sold. All three of these were at one time paired with the console. The three best-selling games not paired with the console are Super Smash Bros. With 5.5 million, Diddy Kong Racing with 4.8 million, and Star Fox 64 with 4 million. Sega Saturn. For the first place spot, I think it's Virtua Fighter 2. Some sources claim other games, but Virtua Fighter 2 is the most common answer. For second place, it seems to be Madden NFL 97. I can't find a third place, so let's just say Nights into Dreams. Atari Jaguar. I'm getting tired of not having concrete numbers because I know I'm going to hear about it in the comments. I don't actually care. Type as many comments as you want. We're just going to go with Tempest 2000, Alien vs. Predator, Battlesphere, Rayman, or Wolfenstein 3D are probably in the top spots. I feel bad I don't know this info, but then again, we are talking about the Atari Jaguar here. Generation 6, 1998 to 2013. The Sega Dreamcast, the last of the Sega entries. The Dreamcast's best-selling game is Sonic Adventure, with 2.5 million sales. Resident Evil Code Veronica is second with 1.1 million, and in third is Shenmue with 1.2 million. The PlayStation 2. The record-setting console boasts some more high numbers. The best-selling game is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, with 17.3 million sales. In second is Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec, with 14.9 million. And in third is Gran Turismo 4, with 11.7 million. These Gran Turismo things keep making the top. They should keep making them. The Nintendo GameCube. The best-selling game is Super Smash Bros. Melee, with 7.4 million copies sold. Finally, the best-selling game for a Nintendo console isn't one that's paired with it. Probably because the GameCube didn't come with anything. But let's not muddy the waters here. The other two games are Mario Kart Double Dash with 7 million sales and Super Mario Sunshine with 6.3 million sales. The Xbox. The Xbox's best-selling game was Halo 2. Releasing in 2004 and sold nearly 8.5 million copies. Not shockingly, the second best-selling game was Halo Combat Evolved, the first Halo game. It was released 3 years before its sequel in 2001. Halo Combat Evolved sold an impressive 5 million. In third place is Sneak King. The Burger King-made game sold with value meals in 2006 sold 3.2 million copies. Generation 7, 2006 to 2017. The Wii. Not shockingly, the best-selling game was the one that came with the console, Wii Sports, selling 82.9 million copies. The next three spots belong to paired games. Mario Kart Wii, 37 million. Wii Sports Resort, 33 million, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii with 30 million. The three best-selling non-paired games are Wii Play with 28 million, Wii Fit with 22 million, and Wii Fit Plus with 21 million. The PlayStation 3. I bet you can't guess a certain franchise that totally doesn't appear here again for the 5th time. In first place is Grand Theft Auto 5 with 29.5 million. In second, there's Gran Turismo 5, 11.9 million copies sold. Will we see Gran Turismo again? I don't know. You'll have to watch and find out. But seriously, I don't know. I'm writing this in chronological order, so I may be setting up something with no payoff. And while I could go back and change this, I think it's funnier not to. Anyway, The Last of Us is in third with 7 million. The Xbox 360. The best-selling game for the Xbox 360 was Kinect Adventures. This blatant Wii Sports knockoff sold with the Kinect. It released in 2010 with 24 million copies sold. In second place is Grand Theft Auto 5, with nearly 23 million copies sold. And third is the block game we all know and love, Minecraft. Specifically, the Xbox 360 edition, obviously. It sold 21 million. Generation 8, beginning in 2012, and is still currently going. The Wii U. Oh boy, another one where the top 9 games were bundled. Mario Kart 8 with 8.4 million sales, Super Mario 3D World with 5.9 million, and New Super Mario Bros. U with 5.8 million. I'm not going over the non-bundled ones because it's the Wii U, and who cares about the Wii U? Well, probably someone does, and they're already typing in the comments. The Nintendo Switch, another Nintendo console not bundled with anything. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best-selling game with 60.5 million copies sold. Animal Crossing New Horizons is in second with 44.8 million, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is third with 33.7 million copies sold. The PlayStation 4, well, looks like I set something up with no payoff. No Gran Turismo here, but maybe for the PS5? No, I don't think so. Anywho, Marvel's Spider-Man is in first place with 20 million copies sold. In second place is Grand Theft Auto 5 with 20 million. Wait a second. That was the first place for the PS3. What the heck, this franchise didn't make another sequel in time, or what? In third is God of War, with 19.5 million. The Xbox One. For the Xbox One, the best-selling game was PUBG Battlegrounds, selling 9 million. In second place is Halo 5 Guardians, making it the last Halo spot on this list. It sold 5 million. Finally, in third is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, with 4.3 million copies sold. Generation 9, beginning in 2020 and is still currently going. The PlayStation 5. Well, no Gran Turismo here. There's actually no list here at all. I guess the PS5 is too new. Give it until 2030 when GTA 6 comes out. There will likely be 2.3 kajillion sales for that. Xbox Series X/S. Well, ending the video just how we started. Anticlimactic. There's also no list for the Xbox Series X or S. Well, I hope I satisfied you more than what you were before you clicked on the video. Make sure to subscribe for content just like this every week. Well, okay, not just like this. I don't do a video every week about the best-selling video games, but you get what I mean.